Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of December 18th through 24th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. All right. So let's just get into it. What is it that you need to know for this coming week? What is the fight of your life that's coming? What is the biggest obstacle that you're facing right now? What is the major situation? What is the energy coming through? Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Okay, well, let's see what that's all about. Let's lay out the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread. And that is going to include a confirmation card, bonus card, mystery card, whatever you want to call it. We're going to leave that right over here. We're not going to look at that until the very end of the reading. So definitely stick around to the end, and we're going to see if that, might tie the reading together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end. Okay. So let's see here. We have some water, some major, some water, some air, some fire, some major, some water. Okay, so what I'm initially seeing is a little bit of a lack of earth energy. Okay, and it seems to kind of have been a trend lately in some of these readings, to be honest with you. It seems like the earth element is a little bit lacking. There's just, there's a need really to bring things back down to the physical plane, to keep yourself grounded, right? To keep things in the physical world and really make sure that this energy can be brought down and put to practical use. Okay, I think that's kind of a good takeaway there. There also seems to be maybe a lack of focus on your side regarding either your health or your finances. Just seem like they're not on your mind right now, okay? What I do see on your mind is whatever relationship you have with this water sign person. All right, this is the Prince of Cups here. This is definitely a water sign person that you just can't seem to figure out, okay? The Prince of Cups is generally someone who, I kind of want to say, has a lot of secrets, right? But they've got a very rich inner life. They've got a real intensity about them that they aren't so ready to share with people. Okay, we can put it that way. So I can see how this person might be giving you maybe some mixed signals, maybe some just uncertainty about who they really are, what their agenda really is, what their desires really are. Okay? And I don't know who this person is to you. I don't know if this is a romantic partner, a business partner, a friend, family member, or if this is someone maybe that you haven't met yet. Okay, but with this two of Swords here, coupled with that Prince of Cups, there's a definite attempt to sort this person out, to figure out maybe where you stand with them, or what the nature of your relationship with them really is. Okay. Now, we see in the recent past this pesky old 10 of Swords. I think that you're coming out of, I don't want to say a failed relationship, but you're coming out of this period in your life where you've maybe lost some connections. You've maybe either connections that have been extended for so long that you just kind of figured, okay, well, it's time to put an end to that one, right? Like it's just... you've reached the limit with certain relationships or with certain people. It could be that some of these connections were abruptly ended, though I don't think it was abrupt. I think it was something that over time you drifted apart from people or from a certain person. It could be this water sign person, this Prince of Cups. Could be that you've been feeling this disconnect with them, that you've been feeling as if you've been slowly drifting apart over time. And now I think this week the energy is really about trying to figure out what's going on, trying to really get it sorted. A lot of air cards here today, a lot of this kind of water, a lot of fire. So it seems to me that it's someone very close to you, someone with whom you have an emotional connection. So it could be a sibling, could be a family member, could be a close friend, childhood friend. Could be a romantic partner too. Okay, I don't want to exclude that because that could be. But I think recently there's been this feeling of a disconnect. Now this could be, I'm seeing some indication that this is something that you've been experiencing generally. a kind of either drifting away from your group, from your friends, from your family, from what is familiar, the familiar connections. Feeling a little bit of a disconnect from that in general in your life, right? I think also this may be specifically related to this Prince of Cups, this water sign person. And like I said, you're trying to sort out what this relationship is or what this person is really about, okay? And I think that with this in your recent past, this feeling of drifting away, of kind of disconnect, maybe a little bit of mistrust is in there too, okay? And I'm not sure, what has happened in this kind of area of your life, but I feel like it does give you a little bit of mistrust. And that could be, again, why we're seeing this, maybe a little bit of suspicion about this water sign person. We're just still a little bit cautious. We don't know really what they're all about yet, okay? So it could be you're taking some of this past issue and you're bringing it forward into this current situation with this person here, okay? So take that however it resonates with you. I don't know if this is someone that you've known for a long time or if this is a new person in your life that you are a little bit leery about, right? You're a little bit cautious, a little bit uncertain of who they really are, or if they are kind of harboring like this dark side to them or this kind of secretive side, or they have this hidden agenda. There's a little bit of suspicion there along those lines. You know what I mean? And what we see in the immediate future, interestingly, this is really intense fire, this tower energy. I almost feel like this kind of suspicion or this Two of Swords, right? I mean, it's a little bit of suspicion, but it's mostly just kind of trying to figure someone out, trying to discern if it's the right relationship for you, if they really kind of are who they say they are, and if you want to move forward with any kind of association with them, with that water sign person. Okay. But with the Tower card here, I feel like it's kind of coming to a head pretty soon. I feel like there's going to be kind of a climax to this situation, and maybe it's going to be kind of an argument. Maybe it's going to be more than a physical, tangible kind of climax, like like an argument or something. Maybe this is going to be that kind of energetic breakthrough that you need to sort out all of this swords energy that we have, this kind of mistrust, this feeling of slowly just, like I said, disconnecting from people, right? I feel like we should probably have the Hermit card here somewhere. Maybe that's going to be the mystery card. Maybe the Hermit would be coming next week if we don't sort through some of this energy now, this week, right? So I think there is this Tower moment coming, okay? And this could be you really reaching a point of enlightenment or realization, this kind of breakthrough in regards to these interpersonal relationships that you're experiencing the Ten of Swords in. And, so that could also be coming through this kind of blow up, this kind of argument with this water sign person. It could be through the particular circumstances with this person. It could be how you're working through this more general period of your life, that Ten of Swords kind of period, right? So it could be that this relationship, this situation is merely what's going to initiate or bring about this Tower moment, this kind of breakthrough of this fiery energy, this however it is that you need to work out this Ten of Swords, right? I don't know, like I said, I don't know what's going on with you where you're experiencing this disconnect or this withdrawing from people or this drifting away from people, but almost like you feel like, now I'm kind of going out on a limb here, but it seems to me that you feel you've been putting in a lot more to these interpersonal relationships, friends, family, coworkers, romantic relationships, wherever they lie. That you've been putting in a lot of energy. Ten of Wands here. You've been putting in a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and not that it hasn't been paying off, because I don't think you look at things in those terms, but I feel like it's not appreciated, or you don't feel that all of your effort is really being reciprocated. It's not being matched by the other people in your life, right? Like you're giving a lot of mental energy, emotional energy, time, and it's not being received, it's not being appreciated, and it's certainly not being returned to you. So I think in some ways with this Ten of Wands, you're just feeling kind of tired of it. You're tired of being the one to make all of the effort, and it doesn't seem to really be getting you anywhere. You know what I mean? It's not being appreciated, recognized. It's not being returned to you in any kind of way. But what we see up above, to kind of is contrasting all of this energy, is this Magus card. This Mercury, magician, the juggler, the trickster. And this is your highest kind of aim. This is the reading in a bit of a nutshell, right? You really have this almost intense drive or focus or sense of responsibility to maintain all of these relationships, right? Because Mercury here, this is all about the communication. It's all about that, the kind of master magician, the one that is kind of pulling all the strings and keeping everything together and keeping the show going, let's say. Okay? A bit of a ringmaster, perhaps. So I feel like you look at it as your responsibility to keep these relationships happening. All the while you're feeling this disconnect, you're feeling underappreciated, right? Not recognized. Certainly all of this effort and energy is not being reciprocated in your eyes. I don't know the reality of the situation. And like I said, a lot of this is lacking the earth element. So I feel like to really get a good judgment of all of this energy, really get a good feeling for what it is, you need to bring it back to the physical realm, to the earth plane. Get your feet on the ground and really observe the observable, right? Like really take a look at what's happening and what the facts might be. Okay? Because I feel like a lot of this energy is not so grounded. I was going to say it's not based in reality, but that seems offensive to me, and I don't want to say that. But I feel like it needs to be kind of matched up with what the actual facts are, right? I'm just saying to validate your own feelings, your own energy, your own intuition, and your gut about what is going on here and about the reality of the situation, just do some reflection, right? And I think that's where we would see that Hermit card. Because the Hermit is that earth energy, right? It's that Virgo energy. So that would indicate a little bit of that self-reflection, that kind of meditation, and just kind of ruminating on things a little bit to make sure that the facts, the reality, the physical reality matches with what's going on within you. Okay, now I don't want to spend too much time on that because we don't have the Hermit that I know of. Maybe we have the Hermit over there. But anyway, back to the point. You have this conscious sense of responsibility to maintain these relationships. Okay, and I think that might be kind of where we're getting some of this breakthrough, that maybe you're going to come to a realization that, hey, it's not my job. It's not my responsibility. I've done what I could, and it's not written in law anywhere that you have to be responsible to maintain these relationships, especially if that effort's not being returned to you. Okay? Because I think you have been trying. I mean, we got 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. This is the full extent of the spiritual energy, right? The desire and the drive, the passion, the love, the will for these relationships, and also the intellectual, the communication, like the practical efforts to keep the communication going, keep these relationships rolling. But I don't think that it is really doing anything for you these days. I think you're in this kind of your limit. I think you've kind of reached the limit there. But that still, I want to emphasize this water sign person, because I feel like your relationship with this person is kind of the catalyst for you to have this tower moment, this realization, to kind of break out of this tired 10 energy, right? 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. I think it's through your relationship with this water sign person that you're kind of trying to figure out, like, what is their deal, right? Anyway, let's move over to the path of the Serpent now, because there's a lot more energy to get to, a lot more that we need to discuss. First thing, your general energy. awesome card, Three of Cups. I think this is really, it goes right along with what we were saying with the Magus and with Mercury here, that you feel this responsibility to keep these relationships going. And I think that kind of goes right along with this idea that you're responsible to make sure everybody else is happy, having a good time. Make sure that everybody else is like getting their needs met and that everyone else is fulfilled, right? It's kind of like you're the one that has to plan the party, execute the party, and be the host or hostess and make sure everyone else has a good time. Meanwhile, nobody seems to recognize that you've done that. Nobody seems to appreciate it, and certainly nobody's doing that for you. No one's turning around and giving any of that back to you, right? At least I think that's how we're looking at things. That's how we're feeling about things. Again, I don't know the physical, concrete facts here, all right? But I feel like you do have this sense of wanting to please everyone, wanting to celebrate, wanting to have these relationships with people and make them joyful and happy and abundant and make them a celebration and make sure everybody's feeling good, make sure everybody is having a good time, okay? So I feel like this is your general energy, and it goes right along with the sense of responsibility that it's kind of up to you to keep these relationships going. It's up to you to make sure everybody is getting what they need and experiencing the relationship in a positive way, even though you don't seem to be, right? And then this is an interesting card too. This is the Sun card, the 19th mystery of the tarot. This is in the position of your relationships, how you're relating to this situation, and to all of these cards really in general, and all of these people that we're talking about. And this card really, at least to me, the message that I'm kind of getting from this is it really connects to all the rest of these cards. The Sun card is kind of your outward facing personality, right? This is your conscious mind, your conscious attitude, your spirit, your heart, flowing to the external, right? So this is your kind of radiating your personality, being who you are, really radiating this light and life and love. And that is involved with your spiritual energy, your mental energy, and your emotional energy. And you're giving. It's flowing out from you, because that, I think, is your nature. You're a generous being. You're one that does want to see everybody have a good time. And you do have this sense that the relationships, maintaining these relationships, are your responsibility. You do have this general energy that you want everyone to have a good time. You want everyone to be happy, be fulfilled, to have joyful lives. You don't want people to experience suffering and sorrow. So you do what you can to alleviate that in others as much as possible, right? And you have this spiritual energy. You have this generosity of spirit that is, it seems to me anyway, not being reciprocated or appreciated or recognized. And it's going to leave you depleted and tired and exhausted and kind of at your wit's end with things. But that's kind of all of that in a nutshell in this Sun card here. This is how you relate to other people. You are kind of like this larger than life solar presence, right? And, the Sun card does rule the sign of Leo. So this is really talking about your outward facing nature, right? Your conscious energy. And I think it really is being described by the Ten of Wands, the Magus, and the Three of Cups. And this is just radiating energy, light, life, love. Outward flow. Not a lot coming back. And, the sun generally is okay with that. It gives and gives and gives, shines its light all day, all night, and it doesn't complain. However, behind all of that, there is this sense of depletion. So eventually this sun energy is going to give way to some of these tens, the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands, okay? Now, the next card that we see, put these back where they were, the next card that we see is in the position of your fears, worries, concerns, okay? And this is a Six of Cups. This is a very good card. This is a card all about reciprocating, all about mutual affection and love and joy and satisfaction and harmony and beauty on both sides of the coin, right? You're giving it and you're receiving it. You're getting back more love even than what you're giving out, right? The more love and care and light and nurturing energy you put forth, the more that's coming in. So why is this a fear? I think this is your fear that you're not going to have this, or that you don't have this now. And I think that really does go back to these tens, where you're starting to kind of recognize that, hey, these relationships that I have are just kind of one-sided. They're not very reciprocating, okay? And I think the concern here is that you really want this kind of balance and harmony, this mutual affection. You want some of this love coming back in. And the fear is that it's not going to be coming back in, right? The fear is that you're going to be missing out on this kind of harmony and resonance with the people around you. That you are this sun that just continues to shine, but ain't no one shining any love on the sun, right? So I think that's why we see this card here in this position, okay? Now the next card is kind of right along with those sentiments, a little bit anyway. This is the Five of Swords. This is the end of the path of the serpent. This is kind of the completion of some of this energy. Where is it all heading? I think it is heading towards this kind of reformulating your relationships, changing the dynamic of your interpersonal relations. Okay, so the Five of Swords, it's about the mental energy, it's about the interpersonal connections, the relationships. But it's a 5. So this is about changing something, about movement, shifting, right? And it could cause a disturbance, right? This is a very kind of disturbing card. This shows that there is some upset, there is some friction, there is some kind of grinding of the gears going on. But I think that's a necessary change, because what we see with these tens is a complete exhaustion of the mental and spiritual energies, rather than a restructuring of them in order to make more of this Six of Cups that you really want, that you don't want to miss out on that. So I think that this Five of Swords is very necessary in order to start to change the dynamic in your life with these people or this person. And again, I think that it's kind of coming through your relationship with this water sign person. I think this is who you're kind of dealing with in the specific situation. And I think that is, within that relationship is where you're seeing reflected all of this other energy. Okay? So it's kind of just bringing it to your awareness through your interactions with this person, whoever this water sign person is. But now let's go to this confirmation card, mystery card, bonus card. Again, I wonder if this is going to be some earth energy. Could be a 9, a 10 of discs or pentacles. Could be a court card in the suit of pentacles. Could be that hermit that we're looking for. But let's see what we've got. Oh, we've got the Hanged Man here. So in some ways, this is kind of anticlimactic to me. This is not the grounding or the effort or the breakthrough really that I was hoping to confirm here. This is some more of that water energy that is in some ways just going to accept the nature of the situation and kind of just shrug and say, well, this is just the way things are, right? It's just that without some of this earth energy, and possibly we're talking about also this breakthrough, which we didn't talk about this enough, I don't think. But without this fire, without this breakthrough, this realization, revelation, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it, this breakthrough moment where maybe you finally put your foot down or you finally accept this Five of Swords, without that breakthrough, I think you're going to just be remaining in this situation and silently suffering and enduring and just thinking, well, this is my life. Okay, so it's kind of a resignation. It's kind of a complacency, saying that you're just going to accept the way things are and you're not going to do anything about it. But I think this Tower card is saying otherwise. Okay, and I think that it's, this wasn't the really positive confirmation that I was hoping for, or the grounding that I was hoping for. But I think before we even get to that grounding, before we get to possibly that hermit energy, maybe next week we'll see that. So definitely come back, watch your next week's reading. But I think until we get this Tower moment, this energetic breakthrough, this fire, we're going to be stuck with this water. Okay, so we need that fire to kind of dry up that water and get us out of this hanged man position, this sense of, well, this is my lot in life, or I'm just going to accept the way things are, and this kind of almost a weakness, right? Almost a lack of confidence that you could change anything. So it's just kind of a silent suffering, an acceptance of the way things are. But this Tower, I think, is going to come in. And I think this dynamic, these two here, have to really happen before we can start to ground some of this energy. Okay? Before we can really invoke the Five of Swords. I think invoking the Five of Swords really comes after this Tower moment. Right after you have this breakthrough, this realization, kind of put your foot down and you start to stand up for yourself and change the dynamic of your interpersonal relationships. And that's going to prevent and get you out of, if you're already kind of here in this hanged man position, this kind of reluctant acceptance, right? This silent suffering. Anyway, we're going to take a look at this a little bit in the extended. If you want to stick around, you can become a member to this channel. Definitely hit the like button if you haven't yet. Please, that really does help out the channel. It's the best way really to support the channel. Becoming a member is also a great way to support the channel. And I encourage you to do that if you want access to all of the extended readings. This was your weekly tarot reading for December 18th through 24th. And I'll see you again.